Hey, aloha everybody, and welcome to Beachwalks with Rocks. Today is show number 233, and you can find us at beachwalks.tv. Well, today I listened to a very interesting talk by a man named Dan Gilbert. It was on the TED.com site, which, BMW has been sponsoring these lectures and conferences for quite some time, and they now are posting the audio and video files of speakers that they've had at these conferences. And so Dan Gilbert is the author of this book called Stumbling Upon Happiness, and he's a Harvard professor. His research is about happiness, and he has two kinds of happiness that he talks about. One is the natural happiness, which, it's that kind of spontaneous joy that we all experience when we get something that we want, and it turns out to be something that really makes us happy. And then he has something else he talks about called synthetic happiness, and that is this happiness that occurs in the mind. And for me, it's really a way of describing consciousness, because, I often talk about the number one and the number two. And part of what I think the challenge of the number one is to really rein in all of the fantasies of the number two personality, or what the Buddhists call the monkey mind. And so, out there in the regular world, and largely driven by a combination of mainstream religion and commerce, in my opinion, there are all of these pressures and beliefs that I can't be happy until George Bush is out of office. I can't be happy until I have the dream lover of my life. I can't be happy until I lose my weight, until I make $1 million, until there is no more world hunger, until there is no more war. And especially I find people who are very interested in spirituality and in consciousness and in caring for other people often get caught up in not allowing themselves to be happy until all of these other things happen. So whether it's for very selfish things like making the $1 million or having the beautiful body and the beautiful lover, or whether it's for the world at large, ending hunger, ending war, it's really the same trap in my way of looking at things. Matt, in the Beachwalkian way. And thank you for your comment, Matt, because you know what? We are all free to make up our own words. So that's one of the words that I've made up, this Beachwalkian state of mind. And so this talk with Dan Gilbert was really very illuminating, and he cited a study that I've known about for years, which says that after 3 months, the happiness rating of people who have won the lottery as compared to people who are paraplegic is identical. So, the number two in my world thinks, gee, if I won the lottery, I'd be tremendously happy, and if I became a paraplegic, I'd be tremendously miserable. But research actually proves differently. And so, can we learn from research? Can we learn from our mistakes? Can we learn from other people? That's always been one of these big questions of humankind, and I believe we can, and I believe that particular kind of learning is really what I call consciousness. When I can learn that being a paraplegic or winning the lottery has nothing to do with whether I experience happiness on a day-to-day level in my life, that is so incredibly liberating. The kind of happiness that I'm after, the kind of happiness that happens from consciousness, which says everything truly is perfect. That doesn't mean I don't want things to change. I do sometimes. But it means that for right now, in this moment, I can't have life any other way than it is right now. And to be able to accept that and to find happiness and joy in that moment, and to look at the person next to me and see the divine in them. That is happiness for me. So if you'd like to Skype and tell me what makes you happy or unhappy and how you get in or out of that state of mind, I'd love to hear from you. You can Skype at Roxanne Darling, or you can call at 949-544-1456. Aloha everybody. Ahui ho.